everybody. Happy Monday. Can you believe it? Christmas is done. My, oh my, how things have gone so fast flying by here. We're almost at the end of the year. Ah! How much fun is that? So, I'm wondering if everybody had a great Christmas. December flew by. Seriously flew by. I actually just dropped Madison off at work, so I'm just rushing home. And you know what? It's been a busy few days. I know as women and, women taking care of everything through the holidays, there's always lots of jobs for us to do. And the to-do list is never quite done. So I trust all you women out there had a great Christmas. You got to enjoy yourself. You got a little bit pampered. You had some of your favorite things. And you know what? I'm just coming to give you a miracle moment on Miracle Monday today. Give you a little bit of joy injection with Jesus. So like and share and we can spread the word. Woo! Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, so I'm just on here for a quick minute. And I want to show you some of the exciting stuff I'm going to be having on my website. So I've been praying to find awesome products, and I found the most amazing products that are totally me. So I kind of got a glare today. The sun is actually shining here in Canada. So woo, praise the Lord for that, because that don't happen very often. Anyway, I know people are on holidays or maybe not back to work and not on their regular schedule. So I know that people will be watching the replay. So we just want to say Happy New Year! Woo! And thank you for everyone for supporting me. So I have got some amazing shoe bling I found. This stuff is so cool. And look at these laces. So this is on my Doc Martens. So totally fun, but look at the big bling. So it actually just gets thread through your shoelaces. Now these are blingy shoelaces I will be selling also. So that's super fun, but look at how fun this is. You can put them on running shoes, regular shoes, just goes through the laces. Come in all sorts of colors. So there's the clear ones, there's pink, there is a bronzy color, there's a gray stone. So how fun is that? Isn't that fun? So that's going to be coming all on my website. This is an order I got for some bracelets, but I got all these funky bracelets too. I had them at my book launch. But look at how fun these are. So pretty, 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 pretty. So somebody's ordered all these colors. So I think it comes in 8 colors. So these are all going to be launching soon on my website. That's what we're working on, getting ready. So I'll be sharing that on my page when that comes up, and you guys can all check it out. So, Melissa Diaz, happy Monday to you. Melissa Diaz, you have to follow her. She's just had another podcast drop. She's amazing. She's got this soothing voice. You could just listen to her for hours. So good on you, Melissa. We're so proud of you. Woo, woo, woo. So follow Melissa Diaz. You can drop the link in my chat, and then people can find you, Melissa. So I just wanted to jump on and say, hey, how's it going? How's the Christmas season going? Did everybody survive? I actually took a chill pill this Christmas. My sister came Christmas Day, and you know what? I didn't overdo it. I was so proud. My husband is so good. We actually ordered a Christmas meal already done, which was amazing. So all I had to do is heat up the turkey, they had all this amazing homemade Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots, all this yummy stuff. And all I had to do is heat it up. So what a blessing that was. So I got to sit back and enjoy myself. This is actually going to be sold on my website too. It's this amazing necklace. And this is a jacket my husband got me for Christmas. Joseph Ribkoff. Love it, love it, love it. He's one of my most favorite Canadian designers. So anyway, I wanted to jump on to encourage you all, give you some joy, because you know what, sometimes going through the holiday season, it is a rough time for a lot of people. Thank you, Melissa. So everybody follow Melissa's podcast. She's dropping it on the chat there. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how warm it is. I think I'm having a hot flash. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to have a drink. So I wanted to just jump on, and I always try to have a miracle to share with you on Mondays. Because you know what? God is so good. And God, Psalm 37:4, I'm taking my socks off because I'm stinking hot. I'm sorry, people, but I'm human. And you know what? If my head is cool and my feet are cool, then the hot flash tends to go away. Anyway, so I like to share miracle moments. Hey, Lorna. And thanks for dropping that, Melissa. So everybody follow Melissa's podcast. She's awesome. And I'm going to see you soon. Hopefully, Melissa. I'm just assuming you're going to conference with Real Talk Kim. So that'll be amazing. Hello, Lorna. So I wanted to jump on and that verse, Psalm 37:4, delight yourself in the Lord, for he will give you the desires of your heart. You know what? It's so true and it's so good. And I love bragging on Jesus because what is important to us is important to him. And honestly, he does it every day of my life. I wake up, a few more weeks, woohoo. You never know what God is going to do. So it's so exciting living a life for him. So I wanted to share something that just happened in the last week, fresh off the press. And when I told Real Talk Kim this, she goes, Connie, you have to share this. This is so good. And you know what the thing is about God is that he does stuff like this all the time. He loves us and he wants to give us the desires of our heart. And what's important to us is important to him. Hey, Roxanne, how are you? Thanks for joining. Everybody like and share the broadcast, if you please. That helps the algorithms. And it gets Jesus out there, the joy injector, the Jesus injector, and it gets miracles out there. So that is what we're preaching today, is miracles. So in the past, I've shared all kinds of different miracle stories. And if you go back through my feed, there's lots of things there that can encourage you. I tell about my piano miracle that just happened in the last month. I share my own story about my cancer diagnosis and where God's brought me. My book, Beauty in the Ashes, if you've not got it, that'll bless you. That's also found on my page on my website, Connie Mannering. And you can find that on Amazon. And I know it'll bless you because I give you my story and I talk with humor and I brag on Jesus. And you know what? Sometimes in the middle of your mess, God will bring you your miracle. And that's exactly what my story was. And I share that with y'all. So if you haven't got it, check it out. So I want to share a little story with you today about my little mini miracle. So last week, I had a phone call. And you know, sometimes you have phone calls and you know what? I always tell Madison, people can lift you up or they can tear you down. So they can fill your tank or they can deplete your tank. And I always tell Madison, you have to make sure there's a balance. You know, this is what years of being a mom of God is so faithful. Yes, he is. So I always tell Madison, and being a mom of special needs kids for so many years, you know, you had to kind of give her visuals of this. So I said, like, Madison, if you have an empty tank, hey, Matt, good to see you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. God loves you. He's got a special plan for your life, Jeremiah 29:11. And I would always say, you know what, you have to be very careful because if our tank gets empty and depleted, we can't go any further. It's right. It's like I give the analogy of filling your car up with gas. And you know what? If we got no gas left in our car, we're going to go nowhere. So we have to be diligent. We have to take care of our car. We got to give it gas when we need it so we can get A to B. And that was an analogy that she could, you know, understand. We got to be kingdom builders. Yes, and kingdom connectors, right? Because we all have an important place to part to play in the kingdom. Oh, I haven't had enough sleep. Forgive me, please. I was up late last night. So we have to be very mindful of the people that we're connecting with. And you know what? You have to have tank fillers in your life because the tank takers are always going to come along. So we always have to be very mindful that, you know what? You have tank fillers in your life. You have people that are going to fill your tank. You have people that are going to lift you up and stand behind you and encourage you, right? And then you have the people that, you know what? Not so much. They don't do that. So last week I had a phone call that was just kind of like, I got off and it's like, okay, you know what? That just sucked the life out of me. And you know, at Christmas time, when the calendar flips to December 1st, I always preach Christmas miracles. And, to be part of a Christmas miracle, whether you're on the giving or the receiving end of it, but be in the middle of a Christmas miracle. Hey, Angel, Alabama girl. Love you, girl. And you're one of those encouragers, right? And she understands what it's like because she's a tech filler. So I got off the phone and I was like, you know what? It was just one of those things that you just, it's like you felt the life had been sucked out of you. And you know what? I don't like that feeling, especially around Christmas. It's just like, Jesus, I need some joy. So that was in the morning. And in the afternoon, I had to take Madison to work. And I think that was on a Monday, actually. Hey. So on the Saturday night, hey Tom, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Another year's gone and a new one's just begun. So on a Saturday night, because you know what? I just puke out whatever I'm thinking. I know y'all find that hard to believe, right? So my poor husband, he's like this, steady Eddie, right? So I'm always like, blah, 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 blah. Whatever comes to my mind, I'm just puking out all the time. So he always knows where I'm at because I wear everything on my sleeve. So on the Saturday night, before I had this phone call on the Monday, on the Saturday night, I was telling him, I said, you know what? I really need to get some of these socks. So I have these special socks that I wear, and there's a company called Super Patch. Oh, and I'm not getting anything for like saying this, just so y'all know. This is just part of my story. So the Super Patch company made these Vox socks. So some of y'all out there, you might have heard of Vox socks. So these Vox socks, you know when you fall in love with something and then they like get rid of it. It's like, are you kidding me? I love this product and now it's discontinued. So about a year and a half ago, they had these Vox socks for years and I started wearing them and I started loving them. So they have this technology in them where it resets the neurotransmitters in your brain. And without getting into that, what I found is it really helped me with hot flashes. But when you only have so many pairs of them, that's, hey, Maureen, how are you, girl? So I said to my husband, I said, you know what, honey, we need to pray that I find more of these Vox socks. Because you know what? They haven't made them in a year and a half. And I think I had like 3 pair. And you know what? They were getting worn, or I was like, no, I have to save those and wear on a special occasion or whatever. And I'd like to wear them every day. So it's just again, it's like one of those small details that what's important to us is important to Jesus, right? He's going to give us the desires of our heart, just like that Psalm 37:4. So anyway, I'm babbling on about that on Saturday night. And he's like, yeah, we'll pray that you find some of those because you can't order them on the website. So it's just like there's people that have sold them. So if they have extra stock over the years or they're selling online, but of course I haven't seen it, right? So on Saturday night, I prayed and I was like, Lord, help me find those socks, those Vox socks. And they're about $50 a pair. So they're not cheap, right? So $50 a pair, so whatever that works out to be in US dollars, who knows? Maybe $40 US. I don't know, I think the exchange on the money is 40%, so crazy. Anyway, so on Saturday night, right then and there, when I was talking to my husband, I had prayed to find a pair of these socks. Because I was like, Lord, in all my travels, I want you to be able to bring that across my path because I really want a pair of these. They really help me. I really like them. Hey, girl. And I left it at that. That was Saturday night. Sundays, busy, before Christmas, church, And then I had my phone call on Monday that had just kind of sucked the life out of me. So I love your stories. God really does care about those things. Yes, he does. Doesn't he, Tom? I just want to be able to get on here and brag on Jesus, that what he does for me, he can do for you. He's no respecter of persons. So if you have something that you're struggling with, if you need a healing, if you need a miracle, whatever it is, you need a financial blessing, whatever it is, you need a miracle for your child, you need a prodigal son to come home. Like, God is in the details, and he wants to give you the desires of our heart. And like I said, I was just talking to somebody about this morning, that I said something to last week, and she reminded me, she said, Connie, you really encourage me when you say we have not because we ask not. And sometimes inside of us, whether it's pride, whether it's just like, a timid spirit, whatever it is, but sometimes inside of us, we don't want to ask for anything. And sometimes we don't even want to pray about things. We're like, oh, well, God sees that I'm here and he knows what I need and he can just come and visit me and knock at my door and drop it off. You know what? Sometimes that ain't how it works. Sometimes that ain't how it works. I don't think I was going to buy Christmas, and my goodness, God came through and provided. Isn't that a miracle? Love it. Thanks for sharing that. You know what? God will provide. So I always say sometimes we have to put feet to our faith, right? We have to put feet to our faith, and we have to do something. We can't just sit at home and on the couch, and surely God can visit us there. I'm not saying he can't. But you know what? Sometimes God just wants to see us take a little step. Take us a little step, trust him, take that little step, And what I've learned is I just pray about everything. I ask him whatever comes to mind. I talk to him like I'm talking to you. And you know what? It's worked for me. And I just keep bragging on Jesus because you know what he's done for me is just life changing. My life will never be the same. That's why I have to jump on here and tell you there's power in the testimony. And you know what? When God does something for you, you have to help him help you. Yes, that's so good, Melissa. He said, ask and you will receive. That's right, Tom. See, you guys are good. Oh, I like it that you joined me today. So we got to remind people of that. We got to remind people. We got to tell a testimony. When God does something for us, we got to share that with other people. Because the Bible says, look, there's power in our testimony. So when we share that, that builds somebody else up, right? And increases their faith. It makes sense. Like, oh, well, God did that for her. God did that for him. So God can do that for me. You know what? Because he's no respecter of persons. Hey, Margie, my birthday twin. Thanks for joining. I love you, girl. I hope I'm going to see you at the conference. That'll be amazing. So here I am. Saturday, I prayed that about the socks. And it was just simple, right? It's just simple. It was just these $50 socks that I wanted that they don't make anymore. And I'm like, Lord, just bring these socks into my path. That they help me with hot flashes, they help me with all kinds of other things like inflammation. They're amazing. And I was just like, Lord, I just pray that you bring some in my path in Jesus' name. And I left it at that. And you know what? On Monday, I had my phone call, sucked the life out of me. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I need a blessing today. I need to be blessed today. So I went by Goodwill to drop Madison off at work. So on Monday, she goes in a little later. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year. So I went to Goodwill to drop Madison off on the Monday. And no, not this January. I said, needs her to, I'll see you in June. Okay, well, that's all right. We love you anyway. So thanks for jumping on, and we can stay connected online and see what's going on in each other's lives. And so I went to drop Madison off at work, and she said, Mom, you should come in. She says this every time I drop her off at work. She's so stinking adorable. She's like, Mom, people like it when you come in and they like to say hi to you. So you should come in and say hi to everybody. So I'm like, okay, why not? So I went into Goodwill. And, after having that happen in the morning and kind of being discouraged, needing a little pick-me-up, I'm like, you know what, Lord, bless me today. Bless me today. And I always, some days I just pray that. I'm like, Lord, bless me today. May I find something to bless myself or to bless somebody else. And I'm telling you, over the years, it'll blow your mind, some of the stuff I've found to bless other people with. I've shared some of those stories in the past, but you know what? It's just like a never-ending tap that just doesn't shut off. It's so great working for Jesus, right? So I go in Goodwill and shop around. I'm like, Lord, just, bless me today. May I find something awesome. May I not miss anything that's out there that I need to bless myself or bless somebody else for this Christmas. So I was super excited. I found a pair of Fluvog shoes. This is just an extra bonus because sometimes we have not because we asked not, right? So I prayed that. And anybody that doesn't know about Fluvog shoes, you can Google it. They're between $500 and $1,000 a pair. And I got introduced to Fluvog shoes probably about 10 years back. A friend of mine, Audrey, introduced me to them. And when I was in the middle of my cancer stuff, I would go down to Toronto once every few months. And it was right by the Women's Hospital. And it was just down the street from a Fluvog store. And they have really fun shoes. Fun colors, fun styles, and creative people like myself get really excited about stuff like that. So when I went down to the Women's Hospital, I felt like I needed to treat myself to a pair of Fluvogs every time I went down. So that was my introduction to Fluvogs. Now I have several pair, and they're fun. They got square toes, pointy toes, high boots, just some really fun styles. So I found these pair of Fluvogs in the men's shoe section. So quickly I'm taking a picture. I'm sending my sister who's working. She's a dental hygienist full time. And so she checks her messages between patients. So I'm thinking, well, if I message her now, hopefully I'll hear from her by the end of my little shopping spree in here. So sure enough, I said, hey, would a size 12 fit your husband? So I sent her, she goes, well, it might be too small, but you know what? Get them, just in case they fit. Well, guess how much they were? Keep in mind, they're probably, I'm thinking $450 to buy new. They were $6.49. And they were pretty cool ones. So anybody that's not too creative and doesn't like anything slamming out there, bright colors, funky styles like my husband, these were pretty tame. They're a classic black. They had a pointed toe that come up a little bit at the end, but they're very cool. So I got them for her because she got back to me. So that was exciting. And then I was walking by, and normally I would never, ever look at buying socks at Goodwill. Seriously, I would never look at buying socks at Goodwill. Unless they're new with the tags on, that might catch my attention. Well, you know what? There I was walking by, and guess what was on the rack? Okay, I'm waiting for it. Yeah, What I prayed about on Saturday, Monday, God brought to me. I could not believe it. So here is a pair of Vox socks, brand new with tags, brand new. And look at them. They're a style that I had not had before. So when you're flying, these higher socks, so this is what they look like. And this is the tech that's in the bottom of them, right? I'm getting nothing for this. I'm just telling you that they work for me and I love them, and they discontinued them a year and a half ago. And they're normally $50. So, and they got this little thing there that says they're Vox socks. Well, I walked by these and they're brand new, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus! I can't believe it! I was so excited. Honestly, I was so excited. These socks are regular $50. Okay? Guess how much I paid for them? $1.29. $1.29. Woo! So excited. But do you know what? I always say this, and I don't know if I've told my suitcase story on here before, but I'll maybe do that soon in the new year. But I want to tell you something. You can never outgive God. Right? I love it when we find things that we never think to look. Exactly! It just jumped right out at me. So here they are. I'm thinking, here they are. Here are the Vox socks. But you know what? You can't ever outgive God. God is so amazing, and he wants to bless us so much that, you know what? I found a pair of shorty socks the same day, okay? $1.29, regular $50. And I found, I just took my other Vox socks off, and then I found these shorty ones. And I'm like, I can't believe it. I found three pair of these socks that I prayed about on Saturday, right? On Saturday, fresh off the press, on Monday. Never would have thought to look for these in a billion years, thrift shopping at Goodwill. And God doesn't bless me with one pair. He doesn't even bless me with two pair. He blessed me with three pair of different styles. Like, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I was so super pumped. So I found the shoes for my brother-in-law, these Fluvogs, $450 pair of dress shoes. And then I found 3 pair of socks for myself. Did I need the socks? No, I did not need the socks. I do not need anything. I am so blessed. I got so much stuff. But I'm telling you, God knows the desires of our heart. And I prayed about that just on Saturday, right? And here it is Monday morning. And I, like I said, you've got the tank takers and the tank fillers. And I had a phone call that depleted me and was not filling my tank. And I just felt kind of like, oh, man, Jesus, you really use a pick-me-up. And you know what? He's never late. He's never early. He's right on time every time. And you know what? He blessed me with that. And honestly, there could have been 100 people walk by these socks in a thrift store and not have a clue what they were. Not have a clue what they were. But I prayed specifically to find them. I prayed specifically. And one thing that I have learned over the years is be specific. Be specific when you pray. Pray in detail. And you know what? God will blow your mind every time. And you know what? Sometimes stuff doesn't come right away. They don't come like that fast. I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking, well, sometime in the next 6 months, maybe I could find some of those because I really like them. But you know what? God knew I needed a little pick-me-up that day. And it was just like he sent that as a little token from heaven to say, there you go, Connie. I love you. Keep being, who you are. Keep loving people. Keep blessing people. And you know what? It's such a great reminder, that when something is important to me, then it's important to him. And you know what? Like that scripture says, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And it's so true. It's so true. And you know what? I was able to bless people this Christmas with things that I found that, it was like supernatural. And I love it because I never get tired of telling stories like that. And it's just like blessing people when you're blessing people with stuff like that. And you find, special gifts or stuff that you prayed about. And it's so exciting because it's like, God's just brought that to you. And it's from him, and it's just like, wow, I am that special. I am that special that Jesus will do this for me. You went in to bless others and you got a triple blessing. I know, isn't that is so amazing. God is so good. And you know what, Lorna, you're like this. Angel, you're like this too. Yes, God is in the details. Isn't he though? And it is so exciting. And it's just like, well, somebody says, oh, whoopee-doo, you found a pair of socks, Connie. Yeah, but you know what? Let's go to the backstory behind it and rewind. That I prayed specifically about these socks on Saturday night, and I found them on Monday. They discontinued them. They don't even make them anymore for the last year and a half. So you know what? I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for that token. Like I always sing, little is much when God is in it. Oh my goodness, my voice has been so stretched. The month of December, I've really struggled with some stuff. And it's like, I'm like, Lord, I can't cough when I get on there. But I wanted to get on here and encourage you. And I got to get playing my piano. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, so they're called Vox socks. And they got this technology in the bottom. If you Google it, this guy that created them, I think it was for his mother that had MS. So it resets the neurotransmitters in your brain. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a little bit of a natural freak. So through my journey of cancer, this is just a sidebar commercial break. And maybe I'll talk more about this stuff in the new year if people want to hear it. Because you know what? God has given me a lot of insight on a lot of things that can help a lot of people. And because of my journey, I would explore different things because I would rather do things natural than take any pharmaceutical medication. Tom is going to check out his local thrift store. Tom, are you away right now? Are you on a cruise? Because I saw your door all gussied up and I didn't know if that was new or... No, Vox. So my Canadian voice is, so it's V, like in Victor, OXX. So they're called Vox. I don't know if they're written on here. Maybe they're Vox Life. Oh, can you see that up there? So, and it's called, it's by a company called Super Patch now. So they make these natural patches too that are, but I don't like wearing the patches much. I have them as a backup. So in the summer, like when I come to Atlanta in June and it's hot, or I went to Rodney Howard-Brown's conference in May, and let me tell you, I've never been so hot in my whole entire life. So I can't wear the box socks. So I wear the patch, and it does help. Oh, we are on a cruise. Okay, so you must have like Wi-Fi and all of that. Box. Okay, yes, that's the one. That's the one. Super amazing product. My parents, who are in their 70s, my dad turned 80. And they've been wearing them ever since they discovered them maybe about 3 years ago. And they help with so many things. They help with inflammation, arthritis, hot flashes. There's just a whole, myriad of things. And it helps, and everybody has different ailments, but, it helps a lot of people with a lot of things. So anyway, that was just kind of like my blessing, that the token that God gave me right before Christmas, which was kind of cool. And I wanted to just jump on and share that with you. So that's all I really had to say today. But I hope you all are having a fabulous, fabulous holiday. Of course, Tom is, because Tom is on a cruise. Great with the Wi-Fi. That's incredible. Oh my goodness, I wish I was on a cruise, man. I'm telling you, although it's sunny today in Canada, but I am telling you, it has been cold. There has been snow. It was minus 15. And then it went back up, and now we're above zero, and the snow has melted. It was rainy for the last 2 or 3 days. But today the sun is shining, so I'm taking it in. And awesome. Thank you for sharing. Well, I'm glad you all joined me today. Thank you guys for all jumping on and supporting me. I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart that, you know what, excuse me, I've done things I never thought I would do in 2024. Minus 15, no ma'am. No kidding, eh? I don't like it. I think we're actually going to look in the next year about buying a second house somewhere south. Because you know what? The older I get, I am not liking this cold weather in Canada. I don't like it at all, actually. And the more that my hormones are getting regulated, I know TMI, but you know what? When you hit over 40, us women, we deal with this with our hormones. And when all the things that I'm on now and consistently doing and products that I have found and etc., my hormones are more regulated. Yeah, in Alabama. I know, Angela, your place is amazing. So, but I'd like to park a house right in the middle of where your property is. Hello, the Canadian has landed. That is insane. I've been living in Florida way too long. I would not survive over there. You know what? Actually, you would not, Melissa. You would not for anything. I'm telling you. Second, sweet home Alabama. No, that's right. Sweet home Alabama. It's raining here, and come on, you're from Ontario, but you've actually, where you are, you had worse snow than we had here. Oh my goodness, the snow was terrible and kind of slowed people down in their plans for Christmas. But I'm coming over. Come on over, and anyway, so ever since I've been getting my hormones regulated, which this is the first year in probably 13 years. Because you know what? After cancer, I actually donated all my sweaters. I could not stand to be in a sweater. And let me tell you, when it's minus 15 or 20 here, people wear sweaters. That's kind of normal, I felt like I was in a straitjacket, and I would want to I'm in the Midwest, so I get all 4 seasons. Yeah, we can celebrate together, my birthday twin, anytime. So anyway, but what I found was this is the first winter that I feel like I've had to dig out and find a sweater. And I think I have one sweater that I keep wearing, and then I'll put a jacket on or a vest on or wrap a scarf around me, because it's like I can't warm up. I'm actually wearing my Ugg boots more often. And another thing on my website, I'll have to show you guys, so super cute. I got these fur cuffs and a fur scarf. And I'm telling you, it is, when your feet are warm and your neck is warm and you got your wrist muffs on that no cold air, like only in Canada, okay? But if you're somewhere where it's cold, you would appreciate it. But they're so stinking cute. And I've been digging out my Ugg boots to wear more. Oh my goodness, I bought pink Ugg boots. Like it's got to be like 20 years ago when they were first coming out. And I love them. They're powder pink. Have I worn them? Hardly ever. But I dug them out this year and I got the cutest pink powder faux fur scarf that I'm going to be selling on my website. And these muffs, these faux fur muffs that are so stinking adorable. And they match my Ugg boots from like 20 years ago that are almost new. But Ugg boots, anybody that has Ugg boots knows how warm they are. Yes, minus 15 is insane. No, double no. It's Tom. So you enjoy that cruise. And someday I'll be cruising. And someday I'm going to own a house in the South. And I will be jumping on. And I'll be having to sit inside from the... with the air conditioner on because this Canadian will not know what to do with the nice weather. Anyway, so that's just a fun sidebar. So the more that my hormones have gone leveled out, I guess I'm going to need to start buying more sweaters. I don't know, because I'm dressing in layers. But you know what? I am babbling now because that is what I do, and my poor husband has to listen to me. But I just wanted to get on and bless you guys with that Miracle Monday story on my box stocks. And just encourage you, never give up. You know, if God puts something on your heart, or if there's something that you really want to, you know, have or accomplish. I know my husband and I were sitting last night and oh my goodness, he did his list first and he had a page and a half of his plans for 2025. And I'm like, oh man, like he had some really big things on there. And I'm like, oh Jesus, help me. Like, you know, I got to get with the program here. Like, what do I want God to do in 2025? And maybe we'll jump on, New Year's Eve and share some of that stuff, or maybe do some singing. I don't know what we're doing. It's rather be cold than hot any day. Yeah, when you're hot and you cannot get cool, let me tell you, that is not a fun situation to be in. So we went to Rodney Howard-Browne's Leaders Conference in May, and apparently it was unusually hot when we were there. And you can tell the people that are local because they had sweaters on. Sweaters. I'm sitting there and the sweat is just dripping off of me. I'm thinking, I'm not going to survive. Like, I'm sitting there and it's like rolling down my back. I'm like, this is absolutely disgusting. I don't even know how I'm going to get cool. I bring my little fan out that I take my fan in my purse everywhere I go. I'm fanning myself. I got my water. Oh my goodness, it was epic hot. I'm thinking, okay, I don't know if I can go to that again in May. It was so hot. It was so hot. Anyway, that's just another sidebar because Connie has not had enough sleep. So I'm just babbling. So I should probably be quiet because I've been on here for 40 minutes. And my husband said, you got to keep it short, honey. And then you have more people that are interested in your story. But, oh, yeah, this was great today. Oh, thank you, Tom. And we will see you soon. Anybody that's out there that does not have tickets to Real Talk Kim's conference in January, the Dream Conference, you should click on her site and treat yourself to a ticket. I'm going to be there. My sister is coming with Madison, and we're going to have a fabulous time hugging all your necks. And you know what? The people that can't go or, aren't able to go, then you know what? Just stay connected. Stay connected, connect with people online, try to find a tribe of like-minded people that you can encourage yourself and that will keep you encouraged in the Lord. Dream Conference, January. Thank you, Melissa Diaz. You are the rock star. Ooh, let's hear from Melissa. Anyway, but find your tribe of people that will lift you up. You lift me up. You need people like that in your life. You need the tank fillers in your life and not just the tank takers. Because you know what? Every day we're going to have tank takers. So you need to strategically have tank fillers in your life that always moderator, you're a rock star. I love it. You can jump on here anytime, sweetie pie. So make sure you find yourself a bunch of tank fillers, right, that are going to fill you up, that are going to encourage you, they're going to be with you every step of the way. And, you'll find that those people are so precious, and they're kingdom connections that, God can connect these people all over the world that are like-minded, that, can encourage you in the Lord, can encourage you that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Like, I never thought I would be on here for 30 seconds. Real talk. Kim's like, Connie, you're going to go on and you're going to talk about your book before it comes out. And then she's like, and you're going to keep going live. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. Oh, no, I am not. And here I am. Because you know what? I've talked to a lot of people. And the more people that you talk to, and you get out of your little nucleus of your bubble where you live, and you realize there's a whole big world out there. And, I'm thinking, you know what? I really do have a lot of stuff to share. And God has been so good to me, and there's so many miraculous testimonies in my life. I just got to start sharing, because you know what? There's power in those testimonies that can encourage other people. And the messages that come back into me it so blesses me to know that my story has made a difference and encouraged somebody else in their life. So you know what? Just got to keep on keeping on. Right? So I'm going to love you and leave you because I've been talking for way too long. But maybe we'll jump on here tomorrow with my hubby. He's going to be home because it's New Year's. And don't forget I'm going to keep you updated on my website. But you know what? I know not that you need shoe bling, Tom, but I know you would appreciate it, your creative side. But look at this shoe bling. How amazing this stuff is that I'm going to be selling on my website. And looking on a pair of Doc Martens. And look at these fancy schmancy laces. Like, how stinking adorable is that? How me is that? Anyway, that's just another sidebar because I'm full of them today. But I'm going to go because I'm losing my voice. And I've talked myself right out of my voice. So I love you all. Thanks for joining. Be encouraged. You know what? Don't ever think whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking God for is too much, right? Be specific. Pray about everything. Don't give up. And put feet to your faith, right? Put feet to your faith. And we have to do our part, right? God will always meet us, but we have to just step out. We have to just step out. And just the tiniest, babyest steps forward, you know what? He'll meet us where we're at. And how exciting and encouraging is that? Right? And then he'll give us mind-blowing testimonies to share with other people to encourage them, right? Woo! Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a happy new year and happy Monday. I love you from Canada. Signing off here, 10-4. Have fun on that cruise, Tom. I hope you're just taking that sun in for me. And Melissa, of course, you get the sun all the time, girl. So, man, you are blessed and highly favored. I love it. Maybe I need to come and buy a house beside Melissa Diaz. And you could be my moderator supreme. Anyway, I love you guys. Love you, Lorna. Thanks for joining, everybody. Take care.